You know, there's something almost poetic about ignoring them. Not the kind of ignoring that's passive, no. The kind that speaks louder than their words ever could. That act of ignoring, my friend, is where you find your power. But you wouldn't know that, would you? No, because you're too busy paying attention to their noise, their chaos, their endless symphony of lies and fake smiles. You think they care? They don't. They never did. Their drama is their stage, and they'll make you the villain in their story just to keep the spotlight on themselves. That's their game, their survival. But what about you? What do you gain by playing along, huh? Tell me. What's your prize for losing yourself in their chaos? Nothing. That's the answer. See, the world's a funny place. They'll tell you to care, to empathize, to be there for everyone. But the moment you do, the moment you let your guard down, they'll rip you apart and call it justified. They'll call it your fault for being too trusting, too soft. You think they'll apologize? They won't. They'll move on, find another target, and leave you bleeding in the dirt. And you'll still be wondering what you did wrong. But here's the truth. It's not about what you did wrong. It's about who you are. Your peace, your sanity, your strength. They hate it. It reminds them of what they'll never have. So they'll drag you down, drown you in their chaos, because that's easier than fixing their own broken pieces. Let me give you an example. Imagine a river, calm and steady. That's you. Now imagine someone standing on the bank, throwing rocks into the water. Why? Because they can't stand the stillness. They can't stand to see something that isn't disturbed by their presence. So they throw rock after rock, hoping to create ripples, to see chaos where there was peace. That's what they're doing to you. Every insult, every lie, every piece of drama they create, it's a rock. And every time you react, every time you let it get to you, you give them what they want. You let them turn your peace into their chaos. But here's the kicker. You don't have to let them. You can stand there, let them throw their rocks, and stay unbothered. You can choose to let their chaos bounce off you like it never even existed. That, my friend, is real strength. That's what scares them the most. But I get it. I do. It's hard, isn't it? To walk away, to ignore their drama, to put yourself first for once. They'll call you selfish, heartless, arrogant. They'll try to guilt you, manipulate you, make you feel like the bad guy. But tell me this, what's the alternative? To keep playing their game, letting them control your every move, to let their chaos become your life? Nah, that's not living. That's surviving. and you deserve better than that. Let me tell you a little secret. Peace is the most expensive thing you'll ever own. It's worth more than their approval, more than their love, more than their acceptance. It's priceless. And the moment you let someone take it away from you, you've lost everything. They'll try to convince you otherwise. They'll tell you that peace is boring, that chaos is what makes life exciting. Don't fall for it. Chaos isn't excitement. It's destruction. It's a slow, painful death disguised as fun. And the ones who thrive on it, they're already dead inside. Ignore them. Ignore their drama, their lies, their manipulations. Walk away, not because you're weak, but because you're strong enough to choose peace over chaos. Let them talk. Let them judge. Let them throw their rocks. None of it matters. Not when you've got your peace, your sanity, your life. And when they realize they can't touch you, that their chaos has no power over you, they'll fall apart. They'll crumble under the weight of their own misery. And you'll be free. Stop listening to their noise. Stop letting their chaos dictate your life. Choose peace. Choose yourself. Because at the end of the day, your peace is worth more than all their drama combined. Remember, my friend, they can only take what you give them. So don't give them anything. Not your peace, not your time, not your soul. Let them drown in their chaos. You've got a life to live. You see, here's the part they don't tell you. Drama isn't just noise. It's a weapon, a beautifully twisted weapon they've mastered over time. Every whisper, every insult, every backhanded compliment, it's aimed straight at your soul. And if you're not careful, it'll cut deeper than any blade ever could. But you don't have to let it. You can disarm them before they even get close. How? By doing nothing. That's right. Nothing. Don't react. Don't engage. Don't even flinch. Let their chaos pass through you like smoke. Because here's the thing about smoke. It looks dangerous, it feels suffocating, but it's nothing. It disappears the moment you stop giving it attention. But you won't, will you? You'll argue. You'll defend yourself. You'll try to explain your side, thinking that if they just understood, they'd stop. Newsflash. They don't want to understand. They want control. And every word you say, every second you spend trying to reason with them, gives them exactly that. Let me tell you a story. There was this guy I knew. Let's call him Jack. Jack was the kind of guy who wanted to fix everything, help everyone. He thought he could save people from their own darkness. But the more he gave, the more they took. They drained him, broke him, until there was nothing left of the Jack I used to know. One day, he snapped. He finally realized that no matter how much he gave, it would never be enough. So, he walked away, left everything behind. And you know what happened? The same people who used to love him, who used to call him their savior, turned on him. They called him selfish, cruel, a monster. But Jack, he didn't care. For the first time in his life, he chose himself. He chose peace. And those people, they moved on, found someone else to drain. That's the thing about chaos. It's always looking for its next victim. Tell me, what's it going to be? Are you going to keep being their Jack, their savior, their punching bag? Or are you going to be something more? Someone who values their peace over their approval? You think it's selfish? Good. Be selfish. Be unapologetically selfish. Because the people who love you, the ones who truly care, they won't see it as selfishness. They'll see it as strength. And the rest? Well, they don't matter, do they? You've got this idea in your head that you need to fix everything, that it's your job to keep the peace, to make everyone happy. But let me tell you something. You're not a fixer. You're not a peacemaker. You're a human being. And it's not your job to carry their chaos on your back. Here's a thought. What if you dropped it all? Just let it go. The drama, the expectations, the weight of their opinions. What if you walked away from it all? I know what you're thinking, but what if they hate me? They already do, my friend. Not hate in the way you think, no, but hate in the way that jealousy breeds. They hate your light, your strength, your potential. That's why they try so hard to dim it. Let them. Let them hate. Let them talk. Let them throw every piece of chaos they can muster. Because in the end, it doesn't matter. Their chaos can't touch you unless you let it. And when you finally realize that, when you finally take back your power, you'll see them for what they really are. Empty. Empty people creating empty drama to fill their empty lives. But you're not empty. You're full of potential, of strength, of fire. And that fire, it's meant to burn bright, not be smothered by their smoke. Do you know what peace really feels like? It's not quiet. It's not calm. It's raw, untamed freedom. It's the ability to walk through their chaos and not let it touch you. It's knowing that no matter what they say, no matter what they do, they can't break you. But peace isn't given. It's earned. And earning it, that's the hard part. Because it means letting go. Letting go of the need to be liked, to be understood, to be accepted. It means walking away from people you thought would be in your life forever. It means choosing yourself, even when the whole world is against you. And that, my friend, is the greatest act of rebellion. Choosing peace in a world that thrives on chaos. Ignore their drama. Protect your peace. Because at the end of the day, it's not about them. It's about you, your life, your happiness, your freedom. And that's worth more than all their chaos combined. Remember, they only have power over you if you let them, so don't give them an inch. Don't give them your time, your energy, your soul. Let them drown in their chaos. You've got a life to live. But I know you're still hesitating. You're thinking, what if they change? What if they realize they were wrong? Let me stop you right there. People like that, they don't change. They don't suddenly wake up one day and decide to be better. Why? Because it's easier to stay the same. It's easier to keep spreading their poison, to keep creating chaos, than to confront the emptiness inside themselves. And even if they do change, that's not your responsibility. You're not their savior. You're not their redemption arc. You're not the person who's going to fix them. You've got your own battles to fight, your own demons to face. Don't waste your energy on people who wouldn't even cross the street to save you. Now, let me give you a dose of reality. When you start choosing yourself, when you stop feeding into their drama, they're not going to be happy about it. Oh no, they'll fight back. They'll try every trick in the book to pull you back into their chaos. They'll play the victim, make you feel guilty, spread lies about you, and it'll hurt. It'll hurt like hell. But here's the thing, it's temporary. Their chaos, their lies, their attempts to drag you down, it's all temporary. Your peace, your strength, your freedom, that's permanent. But only if you fight for it. Only if you're willing to endure the storm to get to the other side. Think of it like this. You're climbing a mountain. At the bottom, it's crowded, noisy, chaotic. Everyone's pulling you in different directions, trying to keep you down there with them. But as you climb, as you get higher and higher, the noise starts to fade. The chaos starts to disappear. And when you reach the top, it's just you and the view. Pure, unfiltered peace. That's what you're fighting for. That's why you have to let go of their drama, their chaos, their noise. Because the view from the top, it's worth every ounce of pain, every drop of sweat, every tear you shed along the way. But let me warn you, the climb isn't easy. It's lonely, it's brutal, and it'll make you question everything. There will be moments when you'll want to give up, to turn back, to rejoin the chaos just because it's familiar. Don't let the fear of loneliness drag you back down, because the truth is, you're never really alone. Not when you've got yourself. And that, my friend, is the most important thing, to be at peace with yourself. To look in the mirror and not see someone who's defined by their chaos, their lies, their manipulations. To see someone who's strong, who's unshakable, who's free. You want an example? Let's talk about wolves. Lone wolves, to be exact. People think being a lone wolf is sad, lonely, a sign of weakness. But do you know why wolves go off on their own? It's not because they're weak. It's because they're strong enough to survive without the pack. They don't need the noise, the chaos, the constant struggle for dominance. They choose solitude because it gives them peace, clarity, focus. And when they return, if they return, they're stronger than ever because they've learned to rely on themselves, to trust their instincts, to survive in the harshest conditions. That's you. That's who you need to be. A lone wolf, walking away from the pack, not because you have to, but because you choose to. But let me make one thing clear. Walking away doesn't mean running away. It doesn't mean you're weak or scared or incapable. It means you're smart enough to know when a fight isn't worth it. It means you're brave enough to choose peace over chaos, even when it's the harder choice. And don't for a second think that choosing peace makes you boring or soft. Oh no, peace is the most powerful thing you can have. Because when you're at peace, nothing can touch you. Not their words, not their actions, not their chaos. You become untouchable, unbreakable, unstoppable. You've got one life, my friend, one shot to make it count. Are you really going to waste it on people who wouldn't blink if you disappeared? Are you really going to let their drama, their chaos, their noise define you? Or are you going to rise above it? Are you going to choose peace, strength, freedom? The choice is yours, but make no mistake, it is a choice. And every day you delay, every day you let their chaos invade your life, you're making that choice. What's it going to be? Are you going to keep playing their game, letting them control you, define you, break you? Or are you going to take back your power, your peace, your life? I hope you choose wisely, because once you do, there's no going back. Once you taste real peace, real freedom, you'll never settle for their chaos again. Remember, they can only take what you give them. So, give them nothing and take everything. But let's dig deeper, huh? Let's really talk about what's holding you back. I know it's not just them. It's not just their drama. It's the voice in your head, the one that keeps whispering, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm the problem? That voice, that's their chaos planted inside you. They've spent years cultivating it, feeding it, watering it with their lies, their manipulations, their toxic words. And now it's grown into this monstrous thing that lives rent-free in your mind. Let me tell you something, that voice is a liar. It's not you. It's them. It's their insecurities, their fears, their failures, disguised as your own thoughts. They've convinced you that you're the villain in their story. But here's the truth. They're the villains in yours. You're not the problem. You never were. The problem is you cared too much, gave too much, trusted too much. And they took advantage of that. They saw your kindness, your generosity, your heart, and they used it against you. Because that's what people like that do. They take the best parts of you and twist them into weapons. And now you're left picking up the pieces, wondering what you did wrong, when the real question is, why did you let them get close enough to break you? I know, but they were my friends, my family, my people. That's what makes it hurt, doesn't it? The betrayal, the realization that the ones you trusted the most were the ones who hurt you the worst. But let me ask you this. Are they still your people if they treat you like this? Do friends, family, anyone who truly loves you bring chaos into your life? Or do they bring peace? Think about it. Really think about it. Because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. Once you realize that the people you've been holding on to are the same people holding you back, everything changes. And yeah, it's gonna hurt. Walking away always does. But what hurts more? Staying and letting their chaos destroy you? Or leaving and finding peace, even if it means being alone for a while? Here's the thing about being alone. It's not the punishment they make it out to be. It's not some big, scary monster hiding under your bed. It's freedom. It's clarity. It's the chance to finally hear your own thoughts, to figure out who you are without their noise drowning you out. But they don't want you to know that. Oh no. They want you to think that being alone is the worst thing that could ever happen to you. Why? Because as long as you're scared of it, as long as you're clinging to them out of fear, they've got you. They control you. But the moment you embrace it, the moment you realize that being alone isn't the same as being lonely, that's when you become unstoppable. Because now they can't use your fear against you. Now their chaos has no power over you. You want an example? Let's talk about fire. When a forest burns, it looks like total destruction, doesn't it? Chaos, devastation, nothing but ash and smoke. But what comes after? Growth, renewal, strength. That fire clears out the dead weight, the things holding the forest back, and makes room for something new, something stronger. That's what you need to do. Burn it all down. The drama, the chaos, the toxic relationships. Set it all on fire. Let it turn to ash. And when the smoke clears, you'll find that what's left is the real you. The strong you, the unshakable you. But here's the catch. You've got to light the match. No one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to save you. Because, let's face it, most people don't want you to be saved. They like you better when you're drowning in their chaos. It makes them feel powerful, important, in control. Take back that control. Light the match. Burn it all down. And don't you dare look back. I know it sounds harsh. I know it sounds cruel. But life isn't a fairy tale, my friend. It's not some sweet little story where everyone gets a happy ending. Life is messy, brutal, unfair. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can stop waiting for someone else to save you and start saving yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to. You, your choices, your strength, your peace. Stop giving them your power. Stop letting their chaos define you. Stop living your life for people who wouldn't even notice if you disappeared. And if they call you selfish, good. Wear it like a badge of honor. Because the truth is, being selfish isn't a bad thing. It just means you value yourself enough to put your peace, your happiness, your life above their chaos. So, what's it gonna be? Are you gonna keep playing their game, or are you finally going to choose yourself? The choice is yours, but make it wisely. Because once you choose peace, there's no going back. And trust me, my friend, that's the best decision you'll ever make. Burn it all down and let them drown in the ashes of their own chaos. But let's peel back the layers even further. You think this is just about them, don't you? Their lies, their games, their chaos. No, this is about you. About the chains you've let them wrap around your soul. Chains of guilt, of fear, of doubt. Chains you didn't even realize were there until you tried to move, to breathe, to live. And when you did, you found out the truth. You're trapped. Not by them, no. They're just the ones who handed you the chains. You're trapped by your own mind, your own need to please, to be accepted, to belong. But here's the kicker. They never wanted you to belong. They wanted you to obey. You think they love you? No, my friend. They love the version of you they've created, the puppet they can control, the shadow of yourself that doesn't dare to shine too brightly. Because your light, it terrifies them. It reminds them of everything they'll never be, everything they gave up to live in their small, chaotic worlds. So they try to snuff it out. Not with big, obvious attacks. Oh no, that would be too easy to fight against. They do it subtly, quietly, so you don't even notice until it's too late. A comment here, a criticism there. A little doubt planted in your mind, a little guilt twisted around your heart, and before you know it, you're questioning everything. Am I too much? Am I not enough? Am I the problem? No, you're not. They are. They've always been the problem. But the real question is, what are you going to do about it? Let me tell you what most people won't. Let me tell you what they don't want you to know. Walking away? It's not just about leaving them behind. It's about finding yourself again. It's about breaking those chains they've wrapped around you. Tearing down the walls they've built inside your mind and stepping into the freedom they never wanted you to have. But freedom isn't easy. It's messy. It's painful. It's terrifying. Because for the first time in your life, you're not living for them. You're not playing by their rules, following their script, dancing to their tune. You're living for you. And that scares the hell out of them. Because when you live for yourself, they lose control. They lose their power over you, their ability to pull your strings, to keep you small, to keep you silent. And that's their worst nightmare. But here's the truth. Their nightmare is your freedom. And you can't have one without the other. You've got a choice to make. Stay in their chaos, their drama, their lies, and keep living a life that isn't yours. Or step into the unknown, into the silence, into the freedom you've always deserved. And yeah, it's gonna hurt. Letting go always does. But pain is temporary. Freedom, that's forever. You think I'm being dramatic? You think I'm exaggerating? Let me give you a real-world example. Look at the world around you. How many people are truly free? Not many. Most of them are trapped, just like you. Trapped in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, lives they never wanted. And why? Because they're scared. Scared of the unknown, of the silence, of the possibility that maybe, just maybe, they deserve better. But you're not like them. You're here, listening, searching, questioning. That's the first step, the hardest step, because it means you're waking up to the reality of your life, to the truth of who you are, to the power you've always had, but never dared to use. And now that you're awake, there's no going back. You can't unsee the truth, can't unknow the lies, can't ignore the chaos anymore. So what are you going to do with that knowledge? Are you going to let it paralyze you? Keep you stuck in their world, their rules, their chaos? Or are you going to use it to break free? Let me give you one last piece of advice. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect plan. There is no perfect. There is only now. And now is your chance to choose, to walk away, to let go, to break free. And if you're scared, good. Fear is a sign that you're doing something that matters, that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, out of their chaos, into your own life. So embrace it, use it, let it fuel you, not stop you. Because the truth is, the only thing standing between you and your freedom is you, not them, not their drama, not their chaos. You, your fear, your doubt, your hesitation. Stop holding yourself back. Stop letting their chaos control you. Stop living a life that isn't yours. and start living. Really living. Not for them, not for their approval, not for their acceptance, but for you, for your peace, your strength, your freedom. And remember this, chaos is loud, but peace is powerful. And in a world full of noise, the quietest voice is often the strongest. So find your voice, find your strength, find your peace, and let their chaos drown itself.